Welcome to another episode of Campus to Careers. We have today Vishnu Prasad, master's student from RMIT. He has recently graduated and secured a full-time role, and I'm super excited having this conversation with him. We are at Boatbuilders Yard in Docklands, a beautiful place, very cold today. However, we made it. So, looking forward to our conversation, starting with please tell us about your academics and a little bit about you, please.
Sure. So my name is Vishnu. So I recently completed my master's in occupational health and safety. So before that, I was in India. I'm an international student who came in Feb 2023 and did my master's. So priorly, I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering.
Wow, it's amazing.
So after that, I came here to do my master's in occupational health and safety. So I had this thing always having in mind. So I have to do something different. So I ended up in safety because during my graduation in my bachelor's, it was all about COVID time. So where I could not do much things. I was in my home doing online learning for my unis back in there. So that's what. So I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, as I told, in Chennai. So, and I was born and brought up in Middle East. So then I came to India, did my high school in India, then moved to Chennai to do my bachelor's, then ended up coming to here to do my master's. So this is how I ended up in my educational background.
Wow, and what?
So after I graduated in December 2024, but I started working as an intern in November 2024 before graduation. So for a mining company. So the company is most based in an American MNC, but they have their Australian. So it's Alcoa of Australia. They are from WA. It's a mining company. They do mining in aluminium and everything. But I work at Portland. It's Portland Aluminium. It's a smelter, so we make product aluminium. So it's an aluminium manufacturing metal company. So I work as a graduate occupational hygienist. So priorly I was an occupational hygiene intern. So I did almost like a 7 internship, and recently May 1st they have placed me in a full-time employment as a graduate role. So that's how. So me.
Oh, fantastic. How lucky was it from your internship you have secured a graduate role? That is very unique and, securing that as
Yes.
well. So that's amazing. So, some fun questions. So, if you were to describe your university in Australia with a coffee order, what do you think it would be?
RMIT was pretty good. I had so supportive, and to be honest, I'm not a too coffee guy, but I do like coffees. So I can tell it as an kind of a slight. It's not too thick or not too much thing, so it's an average thing.
Yeah.
So it's not bitter or not too sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, from RMIT was pretty good. I had a good supporting faculties around, and I had good friends around too. So yeah, since an international is coming to a new country, you didn't have anything. But I don't know, somewhere I was lucky enough. So I connected many people through LinkedIn. So everything. So while coming here, so LinkedIn was my social media. So LinkedIn these days than my other social media. I do use other too, but LinkedIn is more because where you have your personal growth, professional growth. That's that. So yeah,
And what was your first thought when you had your first interview in Australia for any role there? So, yeah.
this one. Okay. So I know it believes me, but I want to tell is I was lucky enough in every case. I'm a lucky person. So I came to Melbourne. I did apply only for Macca's.
Oh, wow. McDonald's store.
Yeah, for Macca's. So I applied only for one Macca's. That was in South Melbourne, Clarendon Street, the one across here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I had a job too. So I came on Feb 14. By March 1st, I started my part-time job. And I've been there for 2 years. I came from as a crew coach. Then I've been a manager too. So yeah, growth was sudden for me in Macca's. So Macca's taught me the skills which I require, like interaction with customers. And since it's during my part time, I used to learn things. I did few of my projects or a few of the things which uni wanted in my. So my Macca's was also too supportive in that. So it was good for everything. So yeah, then after 2 years of that, then I came to doing it. I wasn't having an intention to do internship because I wanted to go back to India. Since I finished my course, I couldn't bring my parents to my graduation. So okay, after graduation I'll go. I got this interview from Alcoa. So everything collapsed. I got an interview. I succeeded in that. I started. Yeah.
And what was it like in
Oh,
the interview? That's what.
okay. So interview. So how I did this interview was they reached out to me. So I'm very thankful to the HR of WA. So she was so helpful for that because it was a kind of thing because people learn these kind of courses very rarely, and there are courses, but coming to a so then this locality Portland's too regional in near to it's between South Australia and Victoria, so it's in a most so it's people doesn't travel much too. That's one kind of scenario. So so they asked me there's an opportunity for you and your link, and I also update my LinkedIn very often, even after every semester.
That's the key, right?
Yeah, so I always tell to my friends or my family, LinkedIn is always greater than your resume at one point, because what you see in resume, they will be rarely going next to your LinkedIn profile where you brand yourself. LinkedIn is branding yourself as a marketing place.
Exactly. It's your open resume.
Yeah, it's your open where you see you people look at. So that's what. So I always maintain LinkedIn very perfectly.
So
And
it's your LinkedIn and the power of the profile
Yeah.
you kept update all the time.
yes.
Got you the role. In terms of the actual experience, what was your first thought when you got it? What was the feelings going through, or how did you, do in?
Interview was like different stage. They had a normal conversation with how I am and everything from the HR perspective. I didn't expect any because I'm a fresher. I haven't had much experience in.
With the,
Oh yeah, and health is pretty big role in Australia enter because as I everyone know a company needs an health and safety person. So I didn't expect getting this job, but giving me each and every section moving forward give me hope that I'll end up. So it was shocking for me to be honest, but yeah, I ended up here. I'm so grateful to my mentors and faculties and people across me who stood for me. Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, thanks so much. And what's your most funniest or unexpected moment or reality shock you have had, whether it's cultural, professional, time in Australia, your student life? What do you?
Oh yeah, so there are many things. Even I to tell McDonald's as McDonald's itself, but people here say as Macca's. I don't know why it is, but that was one different thing. And yeah, that was as a international coming a new place, and also they're defining as people as like an afternoon as awo, and that was a different thing too. So yeah, that's a few things. Yeah, slang for a bit me, but ended up good.
Yeah, Aussie slang. That's
Yeah.
the common one. All right. So questions around your academics and career insights. So what's or how different was it here as to back home?
That was entirely different. So as I told, I did have my bachelor's in India with 4 years, which most of it was covered in COVID point of time. So it was a bit hard, and here it's all in India. We used to do is like we do our own things and adjust it and present for assignments and everything, and there were written exams too. But here it's entirely different. You have different perspective of integrity and plagiarism and everything else. So it
And
was
it's some
yes
it's
open
more
book
practical.
quest. Yeah, so you had many options. So I learned how to research something when I came here. I was very bad in researching. I'll still now I hate research to do researching, but it gave me some other perspective to learn new things and everything. So I started, which made helpful when I went to my professional job, because there you have to research and do things. So that gave me an opening. So I know people just love researching, some doesn't know, but everything you just need to understand the concept. So what you learn in university and what you work, it's two different things. So I would recommend just understand the concept, and when you go to your work you learn gradually, and there are people to help you in some workplaces workforce. So yeah, so
Ask for help.
yeah, help. No, just stop, ask help,
Yeah.
and people help you.
Yeah.
So the what I and yeah, that's difference in we to do here, but here the system is very different. It's assignments, you have to do research, you have to put references. So yeah, uni gave every opportunities, every open, so where you we can ask people, they'll help out your faculty. So RMIT gave me a good experience, good exposure to these things. So I'm grateful.
Amazing. Well, thank you for that. Um, So, moving on to what's the most fun thing about life in Australia? Something that you've enjoyed quite well as well.
Yeah, so facing university was few things was club activities, the clubs. There is student community, student union, and clubs across uni. So, and I've been part of the in RMIT student union, and also stood for different clubs too. So,
There's also the Isaac organization. You heard of them?
uh, yeah, I did hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are different organizations where
Yeah.
they have different things. So RMIT give mini exposure, especially to international students, where they can interact with different people, different community, and learn. It's like a sharing everything. So yeah, good perspective of which where I also stood and understood, connected people. So it's a networking. Yeah,
It's learning for you.
yeah, big learning.
Coffees are here.
Sorry about that.
All good,
It's two
no.
numbers. It's an 800.
Change how international students are supported. What would it be?
So I didn't have so when people start to getting a job, it's always at the last moment. So especially when they're about to graduate, so especially when they have the summer long vacation, so that's the moment where they think, especially after October to this February month, those 12 weeks period, people. So I want them to do is like just give an opportunity, connect with beforehand, I guess. So maybe there might be this kind of processes, but I haven't much known about this one. Maybe get the people knowing about this one. Maybe there might be, maybe people are not invested much to their website or anything. So that might be one thing. So like a networking and giving job options, have job shops in RMIT where they, so that's in my resume too. But as I told, people need to engage at the starting of their master's or bachelor's degree until they're waiting at the end. So that's the one thing, the gap that it's needed to be filled. Yeah. Yeah.
Share. No, thank you. One skill you've learned in Australia that you think will help you most in your career.
That's always the effective communication. So yeah, yeah. So we doing time job maybe in a Macca's or in a food industry or in Woolies, you don't get your skills which is required for your degree or anything or in the future. But every job you do has its own impact on to you. So where your customer interaction is a good way of learning communication. So especially when you communicate with more customers, giving them, asking their opinion, sharing this stuff, it always helps you to build a good communication. Time, you learn your time management, be more disciplined. So these kind of things gives you a good impact into your in your personal career too. Always you do any job, part-time, casual or anything, it's always you learn new things. It's always good for your personal growth too.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
You've nailed it. So this is so good that we think, oh, it's only like a cashier's role, or
Yeah.
I'm only working at McDonald's,
Yeah.
but you're learning so much
Yeah.
from it, and taking it, your professional career.
Need of people
course.
and different needs, maybe language barrier people.
Exactly, your articulation of point,
That's what you learn, help them, you
Yeah,
understand. So
absolutely.
yeah, so
Absolutely. Thank you. We're now moving towards some SWOT style questions. So your strengths, opportunities, and threats. So I wanted to ask you, what's your biggest strength that you've discovered while studying in Australia or while working in Australia? That's something you never thought when you were back home in India or you were living in the Middle East.
yeah.
And I never asked you where did you come
I
from?
was in Bahrain. In Bahrain?
Oh wow,
Yeah,
wow,
so-
that's amazing. Middle Eastern country I've not been actually.
Ah,
So
yeah.
that would be I'd love to. I've heard so discovered. It could be throughout any time, but predominantly while studying or working in Australia. If you can share with us.
So biggest strength I have received is my orating skills, maybe to talk to people, share things. So it's like a networking. So that was one thing I just started developing when I gave a thought of moving from homeland to a new country where I have already made before starting doing my uni survey. I already made a mentor. So having a mentor, connecting before you come do some things, connecting to a person who's already in industry gives you a bit idea. So because this subject was new to me.
Yeah.
All things, since I have an engineering background, it was kind of understandable. Even though there are few things like psychological perspective,
Very
economics
different.
perspective. So talking to people, telling, okay, this is what I have in my mind. People starts helping you, give you an idea, like a sharing. So and going to events and all things. So what my biggest strength was like connecting people, understanding people, talking to people. So like no orating. That's what.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course. And
that's
it's
what.
very you need to develop that skill set
Yes.
anyways. That's really good. Thank you. What about a weakness or a challenge that you think that you overcome while studying or working in Australia or something that you're still working towards?
So, biggest problem I'm facing is time management, and also since time management sense, when you go to an industry, it's very hard. You learn many things, and you have to keep your forces in between, and you have to learn. So you have to manage everything. So time management was one big factor for me, which I'm still
Multitasking in
yeah,
between
yeah.
the
So that was very hard for me. But as I told, everything is a long life process. So everything it's a small step.
building.
Yeah, it's building. Yeah. So I'm getting okay
I
with
think
yeah.
I
So
think you're here to Portland securing the role for
yes,
a full-time role.
yes. So
And you made it here on time.
yeah, that's what time management was one big for me. But still, I'm getting used to it. Yeah, because everything I have to do from one. So it's not easy to people, but yeah, you'll be learning from one by one
No,
step.
that is a great message as
Yeah.
well. Doesn't come easy. Time management for me come
Yeah.
easy. I'm from one role to another, and
Yeah.
that's the challenge for most of actually that
And
we
every
need
day
to
we are learning
overcome.
new things. So
Yeah.
so what we did, we have to gap. So
Yeah,
it's very
exactly,
hard.
exactly. So with the new students coming up, got to think of multitasking, the time management, and obviously juggling different roles for sure. Now, opportunities. What do you see for international students in Australia?
So it depends on. I'll tell you honestly, is it depends on they are gonna do. So it's very hard for a new fresher who has finished their bachelor's and directly ended the next year to their masters, because there's a gap which they doesn't have an experience. So to those people, I recommend is try finding internship. Like there are different type of internship. The companies, it's like a cadet program, vacation student program, and like an intern program.
Very
So,
good.
yeah, and so these kind of programs, it's a way for people to start engaging in those things, which will help them to go to a full-time job. So how much you do internship, that will be good for your future roles. So that's the one big message. Yes, yeah. And you have to spend some time for yourself. So this is, we all think placements are one big factor which uni should provide, but some uni provides, some doesn't. But it's very good you connect with people through LinkedIn. Just go to your job search bar in LinkedIn, what you want, where you want, just filter it. It's kind of easy. You spend more time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Thank you for that.
Yep.
In terms of threats or challenges, do you think international students need to be prepared for?
Yeah, so I think that's the one I told. Search is one big factor. The market is up and down. So if you look, IT is a big sector around here, Melbourne and the major cities. But they need job, but they need experience. So yeah, that's what. So job market goes up, and so you have to be ready. You can't yeah, make your LinkedIn, your CV, get ready. You have to shine from rest other candidates.
And being on top of it, like what you said before,
Yeah,
and
like
this is golden advice. And
Yes.
keep updating
So-
each any new role you're doing. You're starting
Yeah,
a course.
yep.
Keep updating.
Yep, that's what your educational background. If you are from, you're doing an engineering course, get a student from Engineers Australia. If you're from Health and Safety, you go for AIHS. So every qualification have their own institute who do this and everything. Get an acknowledge from the council.
Yeah.
So it will be helpful. So yeah, that's.
So, final round on aspirations and messages. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So, next 5 years, I have to get into a senior level job in my field. So, always wanted to end up in the same company I'm working there, so get into a from graduate to a senior role, or maybe like a normal role, get a certified level. So what I'm aiming for my next 5 years, or maybe 10, 15 years maybe. So
It is
long
possible.
and also in my company,
Yeah.
people there are almost like 25 years,
Wow.
35
See,
years. So
that's
it's like a
possible.
commitment they give. Then I can understand how why do they love those places, because area, good people, small town,
Yeah.
nothing to stress about much, good and work, good company. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you get these good, who doesn't want?
It's family, right? It's like work
That's what.
family. Yeah.
Even I've been there only for like 8, 9 months there. So from last November now. So I've met few families, kind of people there. So it's good. They have communities, young people to network. So
really good.
yeah, so I have been in with them.
So lucky to have you, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you. And what advice do you give to a student considering to Australia?
Australia is a big place with big opportunities in different places. So you have to just think is okay, is it where you will be worth enough? You're putting an investment. You're putting an investment in. Are you capable of learning those things, understanding things? Are you ready to think out of the box, move away from your home? Yes, you have to tick your own boxes. Are you? And you
Cheer as well.
I do
Amazing.
connect many people to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
As much as I can help them, I help them. Maybe they send their resumes. I do refer few people around. If programs comes to my workplace, send them, share them, any job related things, networking, community. So how much ever I can help those people, because I know as an international student it's very hard to get their first job.
Oh,
So I know, and
yes.
I don't want to self promote me as I was lucky enough or something like
Yeah.
that. But even though I was lucky, I'd want someone else because of me to do get some job. So that will be helpful for me.
And you've got the spirit of
Oh yes,
helping. So
yeah.
that's,
If you
that's just
connect me to and just ask questions if you want to know about this course or anything around lifestyle at regional city. So I've been in both regional sector as well as in city side. So yeah,
well, Vishnu is the guy. Connect with him on
yeah,
LinkedIn.
sure, yeah.
You have to. Vishnu is the person. All right. So, if you could send one message to the Australian employers or recruiters, yeah, what would it be?
Give opportunities to give an opportunity to showcase their skill. People come from different, they might be good in education, maybe average in education, but they might have their own skills to develop and give to the organization. So give them a small chance, maybe of 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks of internship where they can showcase. Then you can have a talk and move things. So that's a kind of a probation thing. So I want people to give a chance. So people deserve those chances.
That's a very good
Yeah.
thought process to open up some probation,
Yeah.
chances, understanding your candidate better, shadow things
Yes,
like that. Yeah, so that's really good. And last questions. If you had down with the Australian for 5 minutes, what advice would you like to give, or if you have any questions, ask them. What would it be?
That's a tricky one. That's a big tricky one.
LinkedIn.
Nah, that's a compulsory for everyone. So if like coming from anywhere in any countries, you have the LinkedIn profile. That's I'll tell you honestly, if you have a good LinkedIn profile, that's more than enough than a resume. So yeah, connecting people. There people don't know how to people, so they try connecting who is already in there, but they can do only is referring can't be decided by them, because they'll be having this HR. Your HR team will be from some other place. Yeah. So that's a big thing. You need
What
that
about an ask or a suggestion or message?
help international students to get something and get a good community, make a community which helps to network events maybe, and yeah, that's it.
Focus
And
on that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel the vibe very as well. I love this smile. Vishnu's got a
Keep
beautiful
smiling,
smile.
that's my
Yeah,
motto.
that's it. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so lovely to chat with, and I must say, yes, you have been lucky. You're a very lucky person, and you have made it for yourself. And we can all learn from your experience.
Yeah.
But you have also done it smartly. So every
Yes.
time you were updating people around your professional environment
Yep.
that what you're studying or working towards. You landed in your first interview.
Yep.
Likewise, you landed an internship. You secured full time. So that is amazing.
Yep.
Keep doing the amazing work and
Yep.
spreading the happiness and
Yep.
the word. And I'm so we had this chat. Final messages from you?
Oh, yeah. So people coming to Australia is try mentor. So where if you're stuck at one place, you can have a go through person. That's something you have to have. Once you start education, then you will know how the process works. Once you're in your education time, try connecting people, try doing internship, which can lead you to a graduate. You can do later on, you know how this process works. So once you doing these processes, you'll gradually move in. That will be more helpful for yourself, for your better growth as a person, as a profession.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the focus of our conversation is campus. It is that professional development and
Yeah.
professional lifespan of
Yeah,
you
that's
from
the one.
here. And there are who are academically very smart,
Smart.
and then they may want to pursue career. But either way, it is all about networking, communicating well at the same
That's
time. Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for making it for me, you, for us, for another episode of Campus to Careers. And tune in for next time. Thank you.
Guys.